Imagine that you are going to pick up a very heavy box off the floor, like the person shown here on the left side. The person on the left is doing it the correct way. They are bending the knees in order to pick up the box. And this has a very low risk for injury. The person on the right hand side is not bending their knees, and so when they pick up the box and straighten up, the risk of injury is very high. So the problem with the person on the right is that their back muscles are overly stretched. When you take a close look at the sarcomeres in these back muscles, the sarcomere length is too long. It's overly stretched. So the problem with this is that when this person straightens up, it's not possible for the back muscles that are overly stretched to support the back. This is because when the muscle is activated, the back muscle is activated, it cannot develop enough tension to support the back. So the muscle tension is too low and it cannot support the back, and the risk of injury is high. Now let's take a look at the person who is doing it the correct way. When this person bends their knees, their muscles in the back are slightly stretched, and the sarcomere length is just perfect. It's not too stretched, it's not too long, and it's not too short. As a result, when this person straightens up, the muscle tension, when stimulated, is going to be just right. The muscle tension is going to be really high, and as a result, the back muscles are supported, the back is supported, and the risk of injury is very low. Now, I want you to imagine that you're getting ready to do some kind of exercise. You could be going for a jog, or you could be getting ready to dance, or do some kind of strenuous exercise. And let's say that your muscles are not stretched at all, they are overly contracted. You have not stretched before you started your exercise. Here, the sarcomere length is way too short. And this means that when this muscle becomes activated, the muscle tension is too low. And as a result, the movement is not supported as efficiently as you would like. We call this the length tension relationship. And this is the reason why we carry out stretching exercises before we attempt any kind of strenuous exercise. Now for warm-up exercises. Warm-up exercises greatly enhance our performance. This is because they influence muscle function in a very positive way. Let's take a look at that. Here's a graph with time on the x-axis and muscle tension on the y-axis. Notice how the muscle tension is gradually increasing from left to right. The more warm-up exercises you do, the greater the muscle tension. We call this TREP, this gradual increase in muscle tension, and it has many benefits. For one thing, the muscle is warmed up. This means the temperature of the muscle has increased, and this increases blood supply to the muscle. Once blood flow increases, it brings more oxygen to the muscle. This means more glucose can be broken down to give us more ATP. A muscle that has been activated in this way also has many more action potentials created. And when action potentials are created, more calcium is available. Calcium is available in the synapse, and calcium is available in the sarcoplasm for muscle contraction itself. And like we said earlier, there is a lot more ATP. All of this helps to increase performance. We do this by increasing flexibility, we increase the range of motion, and we reduce the risk of injury and the risk of pain. Now let's take a close look at a muscle twitch. We have time on the x-axis and tension on the y-axis. We start with the latent period when the muscle is being activated. And this will be followed by contraction, muscle contraction. And then the muscle relaxes, and we have the relaxation period, and you go back to the latent period, which is the resting muscle. 1 is latent, 2 is contraction period, and 3 is relaxation period. You can also have a series of muscle twitches, which we see here. What happens if these twitches come in rapid succession? Then we may have a problem. The muscle might go into spasm. So we call this when the muscle contracts but doesn't relax fully and keeps increasing in tension greatly. We call this period incomplete tetanus, which is shown as A. B is complete tetanus, when the muscle completely contracts and cannot relax. This is when we say that you have a muscle cramp or a muscle spasm.